Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get back to work. We did the first two boxes in the first video. I think it's called Going Through the Box of Movies. That was part one. Now we're going to be doing part two. In the last video, I did, showing like what's of my Vestron collection, what's of my Redemption collection and stuff. Now we're going into pretty much just the regular titles, numbers, A's, B's, C's, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure some stuff's probably out of order, but I do try to keep it, I do try to keep everything alphabetical if I can. So, yep. So we're going to go ahead and get going. Got the first box right here. So, here we go. Continuing with letters, we have 13 Sleighs Till Christmas. Not bad. Low budget horror anthology revolving around Christmas. I try to get as many of these Christmas horror movies as I can. No, it's definitely become one of my favorite horror subgenres is Christmas horror movies. I love them. You're gonna see I got a few of them. Unfortunately, there are some I missed out on. Some that I think like December and a couple of other ones I think are out of print. But anyway, so. There we go, 13 Sleighs Till Christmas, 28 Days Later. I heard that I don't know, I gotta wait till I get a chance to stream them. I've heard that the two new ones, 28 Years Later and then Bone Temple, I heard those really aren't that great. I don't know. So, kind of thinking probably before I jump on buying those, I may just watch them on streaming first, see if I even want them. But 28 Days Later. But we do have 28 Weeks Later. It's nice to have that. We have, I think this one's now getting a 4K release. I need to check on that. 30 Days of Night. Really good vampire movie. And Melissa George. Damn, man. Just damn, Melissa George. Ooh, goodness. I think probably like, damn. Probably like my ultimate fantasy would be me. I'm sure you guys really want to hear this, but me, Melissa George, Samara Weaving, and Sydney Sweeney. Alexandra Daddario, she could join. She's more than welcome. I know, being a smart ass. Okay, we got, here we go, very low budget, kind of scary movie wannabe. I watched this once. I think some of the jokes were kind of okay. I need to rewatch it again, see if I even still like it, but we have 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the devil inside the girl with the dragon tattoo. You guys see, I got quite a few of these. I love sight gag movies. I love spoof films. You guys already know that. I love Airplane, Naked Gun, Scary Movie, all that kind of stuff. I swear to God, I think Scary Movie 6 has got to be one of the biggest movies I'm looking forward to this year. So, really got some good stuff going here. It's like, damn. Scary Movie 6, Terrifier 4. I know probably not too many people are looking forward to this, but I am. We got Shaun the Sheep, The Beast of Mossy Bottom Farm. I'm looking forward to that. Damn, there's a bunch of other ones I just can't name. I heard that Undertow is supposed to be really good. I want to check that one out too. So, yeah. And we have 31, Blu-ray Steelbook. This one is really becoming one of my absolute favorite Rob Zombie movies. This one, to me, just definitely has a lot of rewatch value to it. I know some people don't like this movie, but I don't know. I know definitely Richard Brake as Doomhead. He's definitely he's so compelling to watch, and he's such a scene stealer. A lot of the movie he's not in it, but man, when he's in it, he takes over the screen. So yeah, definitely become one of my favorites. 31. Another spoof movie, we have The 41-Year-Old Virgin Who Knocked Up Sarah Marshall and Felt Super Bad About It. Extra virgin unrated, better than regular virgin. Making fun of all the Judd Apatow movies, obviously. If I remember, yeah, this one was pretty good. It's pretty fun. So we got that one. We got 47 Meters Down. decent little shark flick. You know, not the best I've ever seen, but you know, the premise of it is really, really good. They're stuck in the cage in the ocean, and they're having to fight off sharks. So, kind of surprised to see Mandy Moore in a movie like this, but oh well. To me, I think she's always. I'm always going to think of her as like was it Belle? No, that was Beauty and the Beast. You know, the Rapunzel character she did in Tangled. We got the sequel, 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. Not a bad little movie. Pretty good. Like I said, definitely not going to compare to Jaws, but still, you know, pretty decent little shark flicks, I think. This one here, this is a very funny, this is a really good, funny Aussie horror comedy. We have 100 Bloody Acres. Got Damon Harriman here, who a lot of people will remember from, he played Charles Manson on Mindhunter, and he played Charles Manson in Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And you got Angus Sampson. You'll remember as, was it Tucker from the Insidious movies? Really cool, really good fun horror, you know, horror comedy. You know, even a small little scene with John Jarrett from the Wolf Creek movies playing a cop in here. Fun little horror comedy if you like those horror comedies, which I do. This one here, pretty decent little film, written and directed by Eric Red. We have 100 Feet with Famke Janssen and Bobby Cannavale. I like I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Bobby Cannavale as a cop in here. I like him as an actor. I really do. You know, he's really grown on me. So, you can see there he is on the back there. Famke Janssen, the gorgeous Famke Janssen. I know my ex, she did not like this movie. She loves Famke Janssen as an actress. And I tried. I didn't get a chance to. We broke up before I could. But I tried to see if I could get her to watch The Lord of Illusions. It just didn't happen. But yeah, she really did not like this movie. I think it's the whole storyline about a woman being abused by an evil spirit. I think that's kind of the thing she didn't like about it. But no, she's great. She does a great job in the movie. So really, really good flick, I think. We have the cartoon version of 101 Dalmatians. I gotta be honest, when it comes to Disney, I really don't. I think I bought the Beauty and the Beast live action one time, and I just traded it in. It's like I would just much rather have the cartoons. I'm sorry, I just prefer the animated versions. That's just me. Sorry. This is the Diamond Edition. So, but yeah, like I said, really do enjoy the older Disney cartoons. I'm not really keen on the new ones, but yeah, I love the older Disney cartoons. We have 247 Degrees Fahrenheit. Really good movie. Got Scout Taylor Compton and Travis Van Winkle, Tyler Mane. About these three people. They're vacationing and they get stuck inside a sauna, and they're dying in there. It's like the heat is getting to be too much, and they're trapped inside the sauna and they can't get out. The yummy Scout Taylor Compton. So good movie though. Good little flick. Very lucky. I jumped on this first thing when it came out, so I'm happy to have it. We have 976 Evil, the directorial debut of Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, Stephen Jeffries. Yeah, really is a shame, because in the 80s, Stephen Jeffries, that guy seemed like he was doing pretty well. Being in a lot of movies, Fright Night, At Close Range, Fraternity Vacation, this movie, he was in a lot of stuff, and then, something happened, and just for whatever reason, his acting career just kind of petered out, and, then he went on, and I'm not bashing the guy from doing this, but, he started doing gay porn, which, no judgment there, but just, yeah, and I think here in the last few years, he's been getting small roles in some movies. I think he's trying for a comeback, and I don't know. I guess we'll see if it happens. But yeah, fun little horror flick. Like I said, directed by Robert Englund. Very, very underrated Steven Spielberg movie. I'm surprised this one doesn't have a 4K yet, but I don't know. I'm not really sure. After here, excuse me. After hearing about the debacle of the American Graffiti 4K, I'm not sure if this one will do well with a 4K transfer, but it's 1941. This thing has an all-star cast. You got John Belushi, you got Dan Aykroyd, you got Nancy Allen, Tim Matheson, John Candy, who else? Ned Beatty, Lorraine Gary, Murray Hamilton, Eddie Deason, Treat Williams, and just on and on and on. Robert Stack. I mean, just huge cast. Very fun movie. Or some people call it the screaming movie because there's a lot of screaming in this movie. Takes place, like around the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and the people in this small kind of like California town are going nuts that they think war is coming, and so everybody's flipping out. And so, kind of like a little Porky's-esque kind of vibe there with Nancy Allen's character. It turns out that her character, when she gets into a plane, she gets aroused. So she's getting constantly hit on by Tim Matheson, and as soon as he finds out that that's like her thing, so he's always like trying to get her inside of a plane every chance he gets. So, but yeah, really fun, underrated Spielberg movie, written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, who did the Back to the Future trilogy. So I would recommend it. Give it a shot. Here we go. We got 2001 Maniacs with Robert Englund. Kind of a spirit sequel to the 2000 Maniacs from H.G. Lewis. And that one there. Oh, and I believe it's in here. I was trying to make some space, trying to combine some of my movies together to make room, and I got the other one, 2001 Maniacs, Field of Screams with Bill Moseley and Lin Shaye. Yeah, this one has Lin Shaye in it too. Yeah, so got both movies. So yeah, have that one there. Pretty fun, Plus, like I said, meant to be an homage to H.G. Lewis. So. Fun little flick. If you like 2000 Maniacs, you'll like this. You like blood and gore, you like Robert Englund, this movie's got what you want. I know this one. I don't think it's come out yet. I think it's coming to 4K, but I just got the Blu-ray. That's A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, Ed Harris. Good movie. Really good movie. So, really good drama. Good acting in it. So, Paul Bettany. Yeah, a lot of good actors in this movie. Okay, now we're done with the numbers. Now you can see we're into A's. Next one up, we have the 4K of A Blade in the Dark. Who did this one? Lamberto Bava. We have A Blade in the Dark. This is the Vinegar Syndrome edition. This one, this is a 4-disc set. I'll be damned. But yeah, pretty good giallo though. Really good. Give it a chance. Good movie. Good flick. A Cadaver Christmas. I told you guys I do like my share of Christmas horror movies. So this one here definitely has kind of a goofy, kind of zany, Evil Dead almost kind of vibe. Lots of gore, lots of laughs, things like that. So pretty fun little movie. Cadaver Christmas. Another Christmas movie, but this is, I guess it depends on your point of view. We have A Christmas Carol, which technically is a ghost story, so a lot of people do consider this a horror film. So, but to me, this is probably, for my money, this is the best version, the Alastair Sim 1951 version. To me, this one is very much the most faithful adaptation of the book. And I know this story has been done so many times, and we got 2 adaptations of this coming, 2 new ones coming. And honestly, I want to watch both of them. One of them because it has Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is one of my favorite actors, and I would love to see him in doing his take on Ebenezer Scrooge. That would be fun to watch. And then we got another version written and directed by Robert Eggers of The Witch, The Lighthouse, Nosferatu. He's going to do one with Willem Dafoe's Scrooge. I'm looking forward to that. So we got, even though seen this done a zillion times, we got 2 new versions of A Christmas Carol coming, and lo and behold, I want to watch both of them. Crazy how that works, right? The only thing though that, one thing that was in the book they left out of the movie, was there's no Muppets. I'm kidding. I'm being a smart ass. All right. Another Christmas. We have A Christmas Horror Story. Man, this has so many. You know this is a Canadian movie. It has so many Canadian actors. William Shatner. Where's he at? Right there. Yeah, William Shatner is in this movie. Horror anthology, Christmas Horror Stories. That one's kind of fun at the end there. You know, you got Santa fighting Krampus. Except it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. But trying not to spoil it. But still, good fun horror anthology, A Christmas Horror Story. And then we have just a simple A Christmas Story. Steelbook. One of the best Christmas movies of all time. Easily. This one here, it is a Blu-ray Steelbook, but as you guys can see, you guys know I do modify my stuff sometimes, so this one here is actually, oh, yeah, I do have the DVD in here, and the reason why is I like the bonus feature on there where you get to listen to Gene Shepard narrate the story about the, you know, Flick sticking his tongue to the light pole. That's a fun little bonus feature on there. That's why I keep the DVD in there. But as you can see, yeah, I got my 4K and my Blu-ray in there. So, anyway, so yeah. Christmas Story, classic. Definitely in the top 5 of my favorite Christmas, non-horror favorite Christmas movies of all time. Okay, we have A Clockwork Orange. Kubrick masterpiece, classic film. Gorgeous in 4K. If you were asked, sorry, let me get a drink first. Sorry about that. If you were asked me, would I recommend this on 4K? Pretty much just about all of Kubrick's films, I could say, yeah, get the 4K. You can't go wrong. All of his movies, like, the 4Ks are always amazing. And this one's no exception. So, yeah, Clockwork Orange, definitely a heavy hitter. Good one. Fun comedy, we have A Guy Thing. Jason Lee, Julia Stiles, Selma Blair. I remember, it was kind of funny because I remember the first time I was watching this movie with my brother, who passed away, and he was just like, oh my God, like she's the most beautiful woman in the world, and he was just, you know, and I thought he was talking about Julia Stiles. Because when I watched the movie, I was like, man, Julia Stiles, like, she is something else. I think I just had, you know, don't get me wrong, I just love women in general. But I think I got a thing for blondes. But I was like, ooh, Julia Stiles, man, she is just really doing it for me and all that stuff. And he was just going on, and he was just all like, you know, and I was like, you know, who are you talking about? It was like Selma Blair, and it was all like, wow, I thought he meant Julia Stiles, but he meant Selma Blair. I mean, don't get me wrong, Selma Blair is no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, you know, Selma Blair is a goddess. You know, we all know that. But, yeah, I just, like I said, I was just surprised. I thought if anybody, I thought he'd have a thing for Julia Stiles. But, hey, but don't get me wrong. I mean, you can't go wrong with Selma Blair either. So, you know, no shade at her. But a very, very funny movie. Jason Lee, really good in this movie. A Guy Thing, fun movie. And we're already at the end of the first box here, and you know, I just mentioned I'm ready for Scary Movie 6. In the meantime, to get ready for it, I could always watch A Haunted House. Marlon Wayans, got Cedric the Entertainer. You got David Koechner. A lot of very funny people in here. So, yeah, these are pretty funny too. I think it'd be a little bit funnier if you had Shawn Wayans in there too, but, you know, hey, Marlon Wayans, he kills it, so. Anyway, so we got Haunted House 1. And to finish off this box, we've got A Haunted House 2. Jamie Presley. Gabriel Iglesias. I love Gabriel Iglesias, man, that guy is so funny. Cedric the Entertainer is back. You know, just, man, really, really fun movie. The couple they got playing the Warrens in here, that one's pretty funny too. And his whole thing with the Annabelle doll, that's really, really good. So yeah, I definitely recommend. Yeah, if you're a fan of the scary movies and you like Wayans Brothers comedies, then yeah, both of the Haunted House movies, you know, I would definitely recommend. So there we go. So we're wrapping up box number 1 there. put this off to the side. And we'll get going on box number 2 here. All right. So continuing with the A's, we have A Haunting in Venice. A good movie, but a good movie just as a standalone movie. It's really a good movie. You know, I like Kenneth Branagh. I do, for the most part, I do enjoy his adaptations, playing Poirot. I will say, as an adaptation of Christie's book, it's very poor. You know, because I had read the book Halloween Party that this movie is based on, and there is hardly any, comparison with this and the book. You know, these feel so different. There's very, very little from Christie's book that is in this movie, and this movie definitely does go in a more supernatural direction. You know, it definitely is a ghost story. You know, it takes place at Halloween. It is a good movie. Like I said, it's good to watch at Halloween and stuff like that. Good murder mystery, but just it falls flat as a adaptation of Christie's book. It falls flat completely. But I mean, if you could separate the book from the movie, you know, you might have a good time. But as a fan, if you're a true diehard fan of the book, this movie is definitely going to disappoint you. This one's on 4K now. I need to upgrade this one at some point. Probably save up the money so when they have their sale, I think it's June when Criterion does it, but I need to upgrade this one. Got A History of Violence. David Cronenberg. One of Cronenberg's attempts to go more mainstream after his, because you know David Cronenberg, you know his bizarre kind of body horror movies and strange science fiction kind of movies and stuff like that. So this is his attempt to try to make something that's more kind of like easy for for common movie going audiences to digest, but still good movie. We have here, speaking of Kenneth Branagh, this here, very, very underrated movie. If you get a chance, this movie is a lot of fun, but fair warning, it is in black and white, and that is called A Midwinter's Tale. This is written and directed by Branagh. It's a completely original. It's not an adaptation of anything. This is just a completely original film written and directed by Branagh, and it's amazing. It's fantastic. And but like I said, you gotta be willing to watch black and white movies. If you're like, I don't care, I like black and white movies, then you're gonna love this movie. It's very, very funny. It's about this actor who, he's being considered for a role in a science fiction movie, but he doesn't want to do it. And instead, he wants to feel more artistic and more creative. And so he decides he wants to put on a play of Hamlet and, just really express himself as an actor. And so he gets this ragtag group of, actors and performers and stuff. And they're going to try to put on this play, and kind of like in doing so, they kind of, it's kind of like going through a cathartic, just kind of, coming to terms with like stuff going on in their lives and friendships and relationships and things like that. You have a great cast in here. You got Joan Collins. I see Joan Collins, Jennifer Saunders. So many good talent in this movie. It's really good, very funny, very heartwarming. I recommend it. Midwinter's Tale. Yeah. This one, and there was Belfast. I like to see Kenneth Branagh write and direct more original films. This one here, we have Timothy Olyphant, Milla Jovovich, Kylie Sanchez, probably mispronounced it, and Stephen Zahn in A Perfect Getaway. Really good movie. Mostly I got this because, definitely going through a thing where I was, Milla Jovovich was my main girl, or my main fantasy girl, so I was trying to pick up as many Milla Jovovich movies as I could get. So, but good movie. From the writer-director of the Riddick movies. Both of these, I got 4K Steelbooks. I've got A Quiet Place. These are the Mondo Steelbooks. The first one is Mondo Steelbook for the first one. And we got the Paramount 4K Steelbook for the second one. Quiet Place 2. I haven't gotten Day One yet. Quiet Place Day One yet. I've heard mixings. I've heard some people say it's really good. I've heard some people say, yeah, it's really a letdown compared to the first two. But, yeah. It's nice to get the first two movies on 4K Steelbooks. A Return to Salem's Lot. Larry Cohen wrote and directed this. It's a kind of sequel to Salem's Lot. Tobe Hooper's version. It's got its moments in it, but yeah, it's very, very poor compared to the Tobe Hooper film Salem's Lot. I do have some fun with it though. There is a bit of quirky humor in this, but that's the problem. When you look at the 79 miniseries of Salem's Lot, it's very serious, it's very scary and moody and atmospheric and stuff like that. So going for kind of a more comedic tone and stuff like that, more bloody tone, I don't know. But Sam Fuller is the vampire hunter. That was really, really good. So I enjoy it. Here we go. For the, if you're trying to collect, the extreme horror movies, the stuff that's definitely not for kids, so can't get any more not for kids than a Serbian film. I don't know what happened. I thought this was supposed to be getting a 4K at some point. This is the MVD Blu-ray, but from Unearthed Films, but I heard we were supposed to be getting a 4K of this. I know some people, why the fuck would you want a 4K of that? But I'm just mentioning, it's like, I heard we were supposed to be getting one. So. Anyway, so, yeah, definitely. The problem with this movie is, and I know a lot of people, oh my god, that's the most extreme movie ever made. To me, this movie feels like it's trying too hard to be disturbing. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, but Serbian film. Yeah. Definitely, one you're not going to watch unless you're very much in the mood. This one here, directed by Sean S. Cunningham. A Stranger is Watching with Rip Torn. As a guy who kidnaps this woman and this young girl, holds them hostage. Keeps them, in the subway system, and they're trying to find a way to escape. Yeah, good suspenser, directed by Sean S. Cunningham. Co-written by Victor Miller, based off of a Mary Higgins Clark novel. So yeah, pretty decent little film. We have 8,000 Cuts. Pretty good little movie. It's about this person who wants to hold this filmmaker accountable for this horror film that he made, because he felt that this horror film that he made caused the death of someone very near and dear to him. So you got Michael O'Keefe from Danny Noonan from Caddyshack. You got James Van Patten. You got David Naughton from American Werewolf in London. But yeah, good, decent little flick. So, good movie. We have Abandoned. This is from Unearthed Films. This was originally part of the After Dark horror films, 8 Films to Die For series. I had this on DVD for the longest time, now upgraded to Blu-ray. So, honestly, not a terrible movie, but not a great movie. Kind of a movie I gotta be in the mood to watch. Very much a slow burn, so it takes a while to get going. But, not terrible. So I got these. I know there are better versions of these out there, but I just got the standard Blu-ray DVDs of these. I got the ABCs of Death. All these different little short horror films. You got, I think Lucky McKee did one of these, and Ty West did one. Yeah, so many people, so many directors. So, yeah, a lot of little short films on there. Like I said, I think it's Umbrella or somebody. They did more luxurious, versions of these films, or at least the first one. And yeah, I got ABCs of Death Part 2. So yeah, cool little horror anthologies. This one here you guys already know about because I showed this off. Got this, No, I didn't get. Did I get this for? I don't remember if I got this when Scream Factory was going out of business or they were shutting down, or if I just got this at the record store for no credit or for store credit. I can't even remember. I think I got this at the record store for store credit. That's Abigail. decent, fun movie. You know, it's got its moments. I think it's pretty cool. You know, so yeah, pretty good little film. Catherine Newton, Kevin Durant, two actors I really like. So, Abigail, here we go. Getting into some Italian horror goodness from Seven. We got Absurd. How in the hell has this not gone to 4K yet? I'm kind of surprised about that. Come on. Come on, Severin. Guys got to get going on this. You know, really Absurd. We don't have a 4K for this one yet? Come on. No. You guys are slacking off. Kidding. Are you kidding? Shit, if anything else, we're getting, to me, it's like we're getting too much stuff. It's hard to keep up with everything. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying, you know. I know, first world problems, right? We got The Abyss, 4K Blu-ray. I know a lot of people aren't really crazy about the transfer, but I didn't mind it. It didn't bother me. I mean, I could watch it, you know. I'm fine with it. I was just happy just to get it in a nicer edition, you know, finally upgrade from the DVD. You know, some good bonus features and stuff, so. I mean, I get where everybody's coming from. They didn't really want Cameron to DNR it so much and give it a, you know, really like more like digital polished look and everything else, but I don't know. It didn't bother me the way it bothers a lot of people, but still really just glad to have it in the format. So The Abyss. This one here, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, 4K. I heard that, I think it's Imprint. Imprint is doing a 4K of When Nature Calls. So, I got to try to be on the lookout for that one. I need to try to see if I can order that one as soon as it becomes available. But, yeah, because I like to have both of them. In the meantime, I do have Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls on Blu-ray. I love these movies. Great Jim Carrey movies. Amazing. Two of my favorites of his movies. Definitely in the higher-ups. We have The Addams Family with More Mamushka. I love these movies. Saw both of these movies in the theater when I was a kid. Always enjoyed them. I'm a huge fan of the TV series. I even like the show Wednesday. You know, yeah. I'm really, really hoping we can get a physical release of season 2 of Wednesday. You know, I really, really want that. But, so yeah. The Addams Family on 4K. And we have Addams Family Values on 4K as well. Very, very good, very funny sequel. Enjoy it. You know, the funny thing is, though, is like, I think, like, one thing you got to say about Christina Ricci's version of, you know, Christina Ricci's version of Wednesday, she's great, she's fantastic, but I think she's the one who started young boys getting into the idea of maybe wanting to get in a relationship with goth girls. Because I know, like, you know, I do know that some guys growing up, my brother was one of them, who never understood the appeal of goth girls, never saw like what was so interesting about them, what made them attractive, and everything else. But when, you know, he was just a couple of years older than me, and I was a kid when we watched these in the theater, and he looked at Christina Ricci in there, he's all like, I don't know what it is, man. She just does it for me. I like her. You know, she's nice. And then, you know, so it's like, yeah, you know, she's kind of like the, you know, if you're trying to, you know, gateway your kid into relationship with golf girls, then see if you can get them to be attracted to Christina Ricci's Wednesday Addams. You could probably do it, I'm sure you could definitely do it with Jenna Ortega's too. But there we go. We got Adjust Your Tracking, The Untold Story of the VHS Collector. So, really good documentary. But also, again, to save room, I do have it on DVD. Unfortunately, there's no Blu-ray for it, at least as of yet. But I did put in the DVD documentary for Rewind This. So I do have Rewind This and Adjust Your Tracking. So, yep. Just kind of seems to me like when those two documentaries came around, it seemed like if you had one, you needed the other. And I have them both, so yeah, so until, you know, we get a Blu-ray, hopefully we ever get a Blu-ray for Rewind This. In the meantime, you know, I got the DVD nice and, you know, safe in here. And if I ever want to watch it, I know where to find it. Okay, we got two more to finish off this box, and then we'll call it a day. We have on Blu-ray, we have Andrew Dice Clay in The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. So, very funny comedy. Really good movie. Directed by Rennie Harlin. You got, Dice. You got Lauren Holly. You got Wayne Newton. You got Robert Englund. Ed O'Neill. Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, really, really good movie. Very funny comedy movie. Really good. Not much of an acting role for Dice. I mean, he's just basically playing himself, but I didn't care. Still a really good, funny action movie. I recommend it. And to finish off this one here, we have the special edition of The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which is basically is 2 cartoons, pretty much sewn together by narration. You got The Wind in the Willows, which is, Mr. Toad, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That one is narrated by Basil Rathbone, and then you got The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod. That one's narrated by Bing Crosby. I cannot recommend the cartoon of Legend of Sleepy Hollow enough. If you are a fan of the Washington Irving story, then the cartoon is amazing. So is the Tim Burton movie Sleepy Hollow, but the cartoon is amazing. It's incredibly faithful to the book, and I do recommend it. So one of my favorite cartoons. Watched this every single Halloween growing up. Never a Halloween goes where I don't watch Legend of Sleepy Hollow. But yeah, 2 very fun, very well-made cartoons. Disney classics. And so that's going to be it. Yeah, we're almost at 37 minutes. So 37? If you know, you know. But anyway, so that's the next box. So there we go. And here we are. So that's 2 more boxes showing you guys what I got. And that's going to do it for this time. And we'll start again here very soon. So if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you mind leaving a like? If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell, leave it a like, comment, do all that good fun stuff the YouTubers are always saying to do, them young kids always trying to tell you what to do, to go ahead and do that thing here, sir. But, yeah, go ahead and do all that stuff. And that's it, everybody. And like I always say, love your movie library. It'll love you back. And so that's it. Good night, everybody. Take care.